Law for Love, and today's Wednesday Wisdom is for the ladies. Very often when I am engaged for help in a family crisis, almost 99% of the time, the women that I work with are frustrated because their husbands are not listening to them. And I used to be in that same boat, demanding that he would hear me, to the point where, for me, I would get super loud. I would yell and scream and demand to be heard. And people's responses to not being heard are different. Some people shut down. Some women decide, well, if you don't want to hear me, then you don't want to see me in the bedroom. You know, we have different responses, fight or flight, to not having our needs met. Because it hurts to be with someone, to have committed your life to someone who doesn't respond to the things that you say. And the wisdom is this: we cannot demand what we are not willing to give. What do you mean by that, Shar? Almost 100% of the time, when a woman says to me that her husband does not listen to her, I also find in that woman someone who doesn't even listen to herself. She talks herself into situations that her spirit is saying, don't do it. Your spirit is saying no. And you will convince yourself against yourself. Your spirit will speak to you and say to you, hey, you need to take a closer look at how you're doing this. You need to do better in this area. And you'll come up with 1,000 excuses not to do it. Or you will blame him for why you're not doing what your spirit is bringing to your attention. And I'll tell you this. When I got really good at listening to myself and making the necessary adjustments, because my spirit was being honest with me. The more I trained myself to listen to myself and to respond, the more that practice influenced my husband to hear me. Why? Because what I gave myself is what I was able to influence him to give me, because now when I'm showing up more empowered. I'm showing up in peace. I'm showing up more authentically. Before I listened to myself, I was in conflict with myself. So the only thing I could bring to my husband was strife, because I was fighting me. I could only demand what I'm willing to give. And not only that, one of the things I had to discover was that I was not listening to him either. So that influence came from starting with me, getting real with me, getting in sync with myself. And ladies, men are very highly attracted to peace and serenity at the house. This is Shar with Law for Love, serving our families in wisdom, justice, and truth.